How's everyone doing today? I'm perched on the on the top of my sofa here because I wanted to get the good lighting coming from outside. So, yeah, I hope I don't fall off my sofa, and if I fall off, I'll get up. How's everyone doing today? Hi, hello, hello, hello. As you join, please tell me where you're joining in from. Wow, so many of you joined so quickly. It's just amazing. Jalisa, how are you? I think I see Jalisa on here. Jalisa, I have missed you. How are you, Jalisa? I hope life is good. We need to get together at some point now that COVID is getting better. So hello, 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 everyone. Tell me where you're joining in from. Hi, Jalisa. I recognized you there. I know you changed your handle to the Health Bay. So I see people joining in from Tanzania, from Lagos. Tell me where you're joining in from, please. From LA. Wow, from LA, but she's Nigerian. Hi, love. Hi, lovies. I love seeing all of you here live. I hope Instagram will, develop something where when we go live, we can actually see everybody, everybody joining live. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yes. Yeah, Jalisa, we need to get together. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. So let me see. Benue State. Somebody's joining in from Benue State. Someone from Houston, Texas. So guys, just tell me where you're joining in from as we talk. So I wanted to come on today because I got a message from a lady yesterday. Obviously, I'm not going to name her name. It has to be anonymous. Someone is joining in from Kenya. Hello, Kenya. How are you? Just keep telling me where you're joining in from. So I wanted to use that message as a teaching point today because, hi from New Jersey. I'm going to keep stopping to acknowledge everybody who's joining. Hi from New Jersey. Happy Friday to everybody. So I get a lot of messages from women every day, but some of them really stand out. And yesterday's message really stood out, and I really wanted to. Hello from Canada. Hi from Canada. Hello, hello. Hi from Jamaica. Wow, very nice. There's Tanzania, Kenya, Nigeria, US, Canada, Jamaica, Stafford, Texas in the house. Hello, everybody. So now I'm going to stop mentioning the countries you're from, and I'm going to talk. So I get a lot of messages from women, but some of them really stand out. And yesterday's message touched me so much, and I'm like, wow. Thank God for putting me in this position to be able to help women. So this lady who I've never even noticed, because some of you, I notice you, there's some of you that like a lot of my posts, you view my stories. So some of you, I know you very well, but this lady, I had never even noticed her before. But she's, oh wow, somebody from Curacao. Okay, I had to stop for that. There's somebody from Curacao on my live. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you guys. So that message was so heartfelt, and I just wanted to share it with you. And she sent me that message after she saw one of the reels I posted yesterday. And one of that reel wasn't even one of the ones that had a lot of views. I think at the time she sent me the message, that reel had maybe only 300 views. But she saw that reel. It had maybe 300 views and maybe just 5 likes. But that reel that I posted absolutely touched her life. And she sent me a message in my DM and said, Dr. Iyabo, keep doing what you're doing. She said, Dr. Iyabo, keep doing what you're doing. This is my story. I moved from the US. After living in the US for a long time, I moved back to England because I've been suffering so much from mental illness. I've been suffering so much from financial trouble, and struggling so much with chronic illness because of all the stress and all the financial struggles I've been through. I'm now trying to reshape my life and get my life back on track. Now that I'm now that I'm in England, I really appreciate everything that you put out there. And she said that what really touched her on that reel was where I talked about the money blocks that women go through, and that the one that really hit her was the part where I talked about comparisonitis. Okay, so you guys can go back to that reel. If you're watching the replay of this live, go to the reel I posted yesterday where I talked about the common money blocks that women have. And she said she watched the reel and she feels like she has suffered from comparisonitis. And I just made up that word because it just felt good. Comparisonitis basically is the comparing syndrome. We women suffer from that. We like to compare our lives with other people's lives. You know, you're comparing your life with somebody who's been doing it for 15, 20 years, or somebody you're comparing your life with them who they don't show you all the lows that are going on in their life on Instagram. Everybody posts all the nice things on Instagram, you know? So you compare and then you stress yourself out. And this happens a lot with you younger women I know it happens with women my age, but less so. You know, by the time you're in middle age, you're like, whatever, I want to live my life in peace. I don't need to compare myself with anyone, but you don't want that to be the trajectory of your life in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. Don't compare yourself. So she sent me about 3 or 4 paragraphs of a really heartfelt message that she wishes that she met me many years ago. And she wishes that she had somebody like me in her life to learn from as her big auntie many years ago. And I said, it's never too late. That's what I told her. I said, God brought you to my platform for a reason. She even said she just started following me a few weeks ago. She hasn't been following me for that long, but just that one reel. Oh, thank you so much, 1 acre. Oh, thank you, 1 acre. I can't even see. I don't have my glasses on. So 1 acre, I can't see if you're male or female, but thank you so much, 1 acre, for buying a badge. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. So, you know, she said she'd only been following me for a few weeks, but, you know, a lot of what I post resonates with her, and that reel that she saw about money blocks really resonated with her, and that she's going to come back for my coaching, right? And they're so, you're female, thanks so much. I have my contacts on, but my contacts are not very strong. Thank you, love. So what's your name, 1 acre? What's your name and what country are you joining from? Tell us a little bit about you. Thanks for buying a badge. Thank you so much. So 1 acre, tell us your name, tell us where you're joining in from so I can acknowledge you properly. Thank you. So there are many lessons in what I just said. Many, many lessons. The first lesson is we have to show up. Okay? God wants us to show up because there's something in us, there's something in our story that is meant to help other people. If I wasn't showing up, you know, and I sent her a nice message back and I said, you know what, I'm so happy that you sent me this message. May God bless you. This is why I do what I do. This is why I show up every day. So, you know, you have to show up. You don't have to be perfect to show up. You don't have to feel like you have the best public speaking ability, or when you don't have zits on your face, or when you're a size 4 or a size 8 is when you're going to show up. If something is telling you every day that you need to share your story with somebody, right? Or you need to share your gifts or your talents with somebody, that's God telling you that somebody in some part of the world needs you. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. This woman who was so touched by my reel yesterday is in the UK. She's in England, right? She used to live in the US. She moved to England. She's younger than me, but my story, or rather that reel touched her. I was just talking about money blocks, and it touched her, and she had to send me a thank you note telling me how much she appreciates me showing up and giving all that value on reels. So you see, so the first lesson is show up. Show up. If you're waking up every morning and you're like, I need to start doing lives, I need to start doing reels, there's a part of my story I want to share, I want to start using my gifts and talents, or you're even saying, I need to start this online business, or I need to, start building my personal brand. Start. Okay? Your first step is you have to start, because if you don't start, hi Dr. Kim. Hi Dr. Kim Neurodoc. Thanks for always supporting my content and joining my lives and supporting my posts. I really appreciate you. So show up. Share that story. Don't be too self-conscious, okay? Don't be scared to share your story, because even if it's only one person that needs to hear that story. Hi, Dr. Kim. Even if it's only one person that needs to hear that story, and that story will prevent them from committing suicide, or that story will help them start healing from their chronic illness, or that story will help them to start showing up or to start believing in themselves, so be it. You know, some of you don't want to show up because you feel like, oh, I only have 500 followers. I only have 1,000 followers. Who's going to hear? Who's going to listen? My reels are not getting 10,000 views, so therefore nobody's watching. This woman that sent me the message yesterday, let me repeat, the reel that touched her life had only had about 300 views. Even till today, that reel is not one of my best performing reels. Even right now, it's still under 2,000 views, which is very low for my reels, right? So she saw that reel. She didn't even like it. Okay, this is something I want to say. A lot of people who are benefiting from your content, they're quiet. They're consuming your content quietly. They don't even like it. A lot of the women who come to my DM to thank me for everything I do and to say that, you know what, I love what you're doing. I'm coming back for your coaching. I just want to tell you to keep going on because you've changed my life. They don't even like my posts or my reels. They're very quiet. They don't like me. They will just watch it. They will look at it. They will consume it every day. Then they will come to my DM to give me a message. So that's the first lesson. Show up. If you're not showing up, if you're not coming out to show your face, to tell your story, to be authentic, to be vulnerable, you're not going to change lives, right? Okay? The second lesson is people have to build trust in you before they're going to buy from you. Okay, especially if you're in a service-based business. Okay, if you're selling dresses or earrings and all that, maybe not so much. But if you're a coach, you're a teacher, you're a consultant, you're teaching, you want to monetize your knowledge, there's a cycle. There's a cycle of trust. Some of you are too much in a hurry to be able to even be consistent, excuse me, to build a brand, to garner trust, in order to even start making money consistently. You want to be rich overnight. You want to be wealthy overnight. And if it doesn't happen in 6 months or 1 year, you get disgruntled, you get discouraged, and you start saying nothing works. Everybody on social media is fake. Everybody doesn't know what they're talking about. It's all fake. Nothing is fake. Okay, well, I don't want to say nothing is fake, but for the most part, nobody is fake. You just have to be consistent. Okay? People have to love you, they have to know you, you have to build trust in people. And you know, one thing I say is that you're going to get wealthy and you're going to get rich from doing something that you're happy to do without even making money. Let me repeat that. You first have to find something you love doing so much that you're happy to even do it without making money. That's how you'll get wealthy. Okay? If you're doing something just because everybody else is doing it, or because they say, oh, coaches are making a lot of money, I want to make millions from coaching, that's a wrong reason. You have to love it so much that you will even continue doing it even if you're not paid for it, which means you're making massive impact in people's lives. You don't have to be making impact in 10,000 lives. You don't have to be making impact in 500 lives. Even one life is enough. You know why? Because there's a multiplication factor in impact. That one person you impact is going to tell another 10 people about how you've impacted them. They will come and follow you. They will come and buy your coaching eventually. They will come and start consuming your content. So there's a multiplication factor with that. So if you impact 5 people, those 5 people are going to go on to impact another 5, another 5, another 5. And this is how you're going to create massive impact. You're going to create a legacy and you're going to live in your purpose. But you have to show up. Okay? You have to show up even when you feel like you're not ready. You have to show up. Personal branding is the present and it's the future. So those of you who are not showing up to start building your brand now, this is a wake-up call for you. That's maybe the third lesson. The first lesson was show up because somebody in some corner of the world actually needs your story in order to heal, in order to thrive. The second thing was you don't have to be perfect to show up. Okay? As long as you are mentally ready, you have to be mentally ready to show up, which means you have to go through your healing process. You have to be happy. You have to be at peace because you're not going to show up consistently if you are still struggling with your inner world, right? So show up because somebody needs you to show up. You don't have to be perfect to show up. Stop looking at vanity metrics is another lesson. Okay, if I was looking at vanity metrics, if I was saying, oh, some of my reels, I only get 5 likes, some of my reels, I only get 10 likes, people are not even watching, then I won't keep doing what I'm doing. But some reels will do well. You guys know that I've had reels that have gone viral. I've had reels that have gotten 2.7 million views, 1.5 million views or so. Some have been 500,000 views, 700,000 views. And then some reels only get 2,000 views. It's fine. Stop focusing on vanity metrics. Stop focusing on how many likes you get. Or how many people, or if you're not getting 50,000 views on each reel, or how many followers you have. Some of you, because you only have 500 followers, you don't want to show up, but you have to start from somewhere. I started from somewhere when I started on Instagram, right? I didn't start off with 60,000 followers. I started off with 0 followers in 2017. It has taken me 5 years to build up to 65,000 followers, or how many followers I have. It takes time. Okay, but you have to show up. You have to impact lives. You have to give value. You have to have a positive mindset, which means you have to go through your healing first. The reason why a lot of you don't want to show up is because you yourself, you're struggling. So you have to start taking care of you so that you can show up for others. Okay? You can't show up for others if you don't take care of yourself. That's another lesson. Stop focusing on vanity metrics. It doesn't matter whether you got 2 likes or 5 likes. Some people are watching your videos, but they don't like your videos, and it's changing their lives. And you have to keep showing up. Focus on things like saves and shares. Those are more meaningful metrics, right? Not likes or not your number of followers. Your number of followers doesn't matter. I've said it over and over. You can make $250,000 a year on Instagram, even just with 500 followers. You don't need 10,000 followers to make 250,000 followers. You just have to be consistent. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to be passionate about what you're talking about. You have to be persistent and resilient. You can't just show up whenever you like. And you can't show up complaining all the time. Some of you do more of complaining than giving value. If you're going to complain about how this is not good, that is not good, Instagram is a lie, social media is fake, everything is fake, then you have some healing to do first. You need to close down your social media pages, go away to heal, build up a positive mindset, build up an optimistic mindset, then come back and show up. Because some of you, when I watch what you see on social media, it's obvious you have healing to do. And you'll be wondering why you're not selling, or why people don't come to you with positive stories or giving you positive testimonials like they come to my DM all the time. Because you're reflecting your inner chaos. Nobody's going to help you heal. You're not going to heal on social media by coming out to complain. You're going to heal by taking a break from social media and going to fight your inner battles, going to show up for yourself, going to find out what really makes you happy so you can come back with a positive mindset and really give out value authentically. Okay, so, those are the things I wanted. Those are the lessons I wanted to give from that if you don't show up, how do you think you're going to build your personal brand? If you don't show up consistently, how are you going to build your personal brand? We're in the era of personal branding. I'm pretty sure that in the next 5 to 10 years, if you don't have an online personal brand, you're going to really be regretting it. So you better start building it up now, because life is coming into where everybody is their own business, kind of your own brand. Even if you work in an institution, you have to have your own brand at some point. Life is going into personal branding. And if you guys don't know what personal branding means, come to my DM or come and sign up for my coaching and I'll help you build up your brand. Okay, so whether it's not only if you're an entrepreneur, if you're interested in business that you need to build your brand, you have to build your brand even if you want to stay employed. Listen to me, okay? Personal branding is not only for entrepreneurs. Even if you're employed now, you have to start building your personal brand, because you're probably not going to want to stay employed forever. Okay? I promise you, take it from a 52-year-old. Once you start getting into middle age, you're going to want to have more financial freedom, more time freedom, and work at your own pace and work, for yourself. I'm telling you. And even if you want to stay employed forever, that's fine. But please start building your personal brand. Okay? Show up because you don't know who's watching. Show up because you have to build trust first before you can start making money. Show up because you're never going to be perfect to show up. Show up because the future generations are looking up to you, to what you are doing. You're a role model to people and you don't even know it. But you have to start. You have to show up. Every time I get a message from a woman, I ask myself, I'm like, so if I didn't show up, if I wasn't showing up to be giving out all this value, these women will not be able to get all this positive influence from me. And I just thank God. I'm like, thank you, God, for allowing me to have the courage to show up, because I'm touching so many lives all around the world. Some of you are you're too you're too involved in your own self, in your own little world. Okay? You're too caught up in your own little world, in your own little problems, in your own, this is not working for me, this is not right. I'm not skinny, I'm not slim, my boyfriend, he has just jilted me. I'm not saying that those things don't exist, but when you start living in your purpose, when you start using your story to influence people, to impact people, you'll see that your problems are very, very minute compared to what other people are dealing with. And once you start to give value, once you start to point to other people's lives, your problems will go away. I'm telling you, your problems will go away, because that's when you'll know that, wow, so my story has so much value. Wow, so my presence has so much value. Wow, so me just showing up can prevent a woman from taking her own life. Like, wow, me just showing up can help a woman know that she's worthy. It's wonderful. And then the money will come. The money will come. And then when the money comes, you love the money. The money will be so meaningful, because you will know in your deepest heart that that money came from a place where you were giving so much impact, you were changing so many lives, So the money will come eventually. I'm going to read all your comments in a second. I just always want to get my thoughts out properly. The money will follow. Every single dollar that I've made, okay, with my practice that I've had for 19 years, I had to show up and show up and show up and show up, day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out. I had to keep showing up. Finally, the people in that community, they knew my name. My name was like buzzing all over the Decatur community. Have you been to Dr. O's practice? Have you been to Dr. O's practice? She's this very good pediatrician. Everybody's referring their neighbors, their work colleagues, their communities. That's how my practice grew. But did it grow by me staying home and feeling like I wasn't good enough to show up? No. My practice has been around for 19 years because in the first several years, I showed up every single day to my practice consistently. I was showing up, seeing the patients, being there for my staff, growing the patients. And then when I grew it to a certain stage, then I started to outsource. I started to hire doctors. I started to hire more staff. And then I was able to pull back. But you have to show up. I've told you guys, it takes 5 years. It takes 5 years of consistency and showing up every single day with a positive attitude. Don't show up grudgingly. Okay? Some of you are too used to complaining. Oh, this doesn't work. This is too, there are all these quick rich schemes. It's all a lie. It's all a this, it's all a not. If you show up consistently and you work hard consistently and you give value consistently and you have a positive, optimistic attitude, you will get wealthy. There's no two-way about it. Trust me, come back in 5 years to tell me. If you're changing people's lives, you're showing up consistently regardless of whether you think that somebody is hearing you or they can't hear you, you're giving out value, you're working hard, you're enjoying the journey, you're practicing self-care, you're taking care of your own mental health, and you're pouring into other people, the money will come. Trust me. My coaching practice, I started it 2 years ago. Yes, the money is not consistent. I have made a lot of money from my coaching practice, but the money isn't consistent. But I'm only 2 years in. I'm only 2 years in. So, it's still early days. I will keep showing up, giving value, pouring into people for free, telling my story, showing up for all these wonderful souls out there. And I know the money is still going to come in big time. I know my 7 figures, maybe even 8 figures is still coming from coaching. I know because it's the law of life. When you're hardworking, you're resilient, you're persistent, you're giving value, you're making impact in people's lives, and you maintain a positive attitude, and you're not a Debbie Downer, what do they call them, or somebody who is a chronic complainer, the money will come. But how are you going to get to the 5-year mark? Okay, let me come close to the camera. Ladies, how are you going to get to that 5-year mark if you're not even showing up consistently at the 3-month mark, at the 6-month mark? That is the problem for most of you. And I keep looking at all of you on social media. Okay? Okay? That is I'm going to read all your questions and all the comments. I just want to finish all my thoughts. It takes 5 years to be consistently making good money in dollars. I'm not talking about Naira or other currency. This is a global economy. Every single one of you on this live and who are watching my replay, you should be earning in dollars. It's a global economy. And if you don't know how, come and sign up to my coaching. I'll show you how to earn in dollars. But it takes 5 years. Okay? I don't even want to say 2 to 5 years because I don't want to give you guys false hope. It takes 5 years of consistency, of a positive attitude, of learning from people who know what they're talking about, right? It takes 5 years of using the right strategies, 5 years of patience to be able to get to where you want to get to. But if you're not even starting, or you're starting and stopping, you're flip-flopping, you're suffering from comparisonitis, you're not doing what you should be doing consistently, how are you going to get to the 5-year mark? That's the problem a lot of women face. I'm sorry, the internet was out. Can you guys still hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me because I'm going to finish talking in 2 minutes. Then I'll read the questions and the comments and I'm done. It takes 5 years. Whether you want your business to start earning $500,000 consistently, it's going to take you 5 years. Whether you want to lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds and maintain it consistently, it's going to take you 5 years. Whatever it is you want to achieve, it's going to take you 5 years. Okay? So you have to start. But you have to start. Oh, thank you, Jelisa. You have to start wisely. You have to start using the correct strategies and then You don't start and stop. You're consistent, you're persistent, you're resilient. You just keep going. And then the money will come. The lifestyle you want will come. But it's not going to come in 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. It may come in 2 years if you're very, very, very hardworking and very, very, very consistent and all the stars are aligned for you. Yes. But nothing less than 2 years, but definitely 5 years. Any goal, even if you're looking to meet a high quality man, let's even talk about dating. Let's talk about even dating. This is why when you get married, when you're older, your relationships last better, right? In my second life, I won't get married in my 20s because I was still a baby in my 20s. I didn't know what I was doing. This is why most people who get married after like 32, 35 or in their 40s or 50s, this is why they have better relationships. Why? Because they know who they are. They have given themselves time to really learn who they are. Because you can't attract a good person if you yourself don't even know who they are. Okay? Who you are. You can't attract a good man if you don't even know whether you're a good woman or you don't know what you want. You don't have any boundaries. You don't know what you want from life. You want a man to be your everything. In your 20s, all you're looking for is this handsome guy who's tall and, who is masculine and who can buy you a nice house and take you on all vacations and buy you a nice luxurious car and be around to help you with the kids and give you good looking kids and just be your everything. That's what a lot of us are expecting in our 20s. And then when you wake up in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you realize you actually have to be all of those things to yourself first. You have to learn who you are first, okay? You have to take care of yourself, your mental health, your physical health. You have to start making the money yourself. You have to know what you want in life, and then you attract a wonderful partner, okay? So, but nobody tells us all these things. Everybody is rushing to get married so they can get a husband who's going to provide all these things for them. And then 2 years in, they realize, oops, that's not how it goes. So even if you're looking to date and you're looking to attract a wonderful partner, give it 5 years. Yes, I said it. Give it 5 years. Because if you rush into a relationship not knowing what you're looking for, what you want, as fast as you rush into it is as fast as it's going to collapse. Okay? So I hope I've made, I've gone even way more than I wanted to teach you today. But the main thing I wanted to teach you today was you have to start showing up. You have to start in order to get to where you want to get to. If you're running a race, if you're running a 400-meter race, you actually have to start at the starting point, right? God can't magically get you to the end of the race. You actually have to start from point A and start running in order to, okay? In order to get to the end, you have to start. So those of you who are still waiting and waiting to be perfect, for everything to be wonderful to start, rewind this live and listen to everything that I talked about. That money will come, but you have to give it time. You have to show up. You have to share your gifts for free. You have to give value for free. You have to have a positive mindset. Nobody wants to hear complainers. Okay? You can't give value. You can't motivate people. You can't inspire people if you yourself are complaining about life every day. If you find yourself constantly complaining about life, you are the issue. Did you hear me? It's actually a reel I'm going to post this morning. If you are always complaining about how life is this and the government is this and everybody is fake and all these coaches, they are not earning money. They're just saying it's just all lies and this is a lie. It's not true. This is not true. You are the problem. You need to close down your social media. Take some time out to go and heal. Come back when you're more optimistic. Because, people will be coming to watch your reels and your videos and all of that, but they will just be making fun of you behind your back. Because everybody will realize that this woman has issues. She doesn't know she has issues. Nobody needs a complainer, okay? We don't need you to come on to be complaining. If you're complaining, you have battles inside here that you need to deal with. and you need to get off social media and go and handle your mental health and your past trauma so you can be ready to come back and really pour into people's lives. You cannot be consistently giving value if you yourself are feeling all negative inside. Okay, I'm done with my talking. Humble Hannah says, so true, my pastor did not preach this. Well, amen to everything that comes out of my mouth is from God puts it there. I didn't prepare for this speech, for this live. I just wanted to come out to talk to you about the message I got yesterday. Okay, no one told me this. Well, hi from Mozambique. Hi from Mozambique. How are you, love? Somebody says very revelational. Humble Hannah says very revelational. Let me see. Connor says, any suggestions for someone who wants to be a coach? Well, your first suggestion is come and sign up for my coaching. If you want to be a coach, you come and sign up to Dr. Iyabo's high performance coaching and I'll help you become a coach. You can become a coach by yourself, but it's going to be really, really difficult because to become a successful coach, you first have to build a powerful brand. Okay? So you can't become a coach until you yourself know what you want to coach about. You start showing up, you start building trust, you start building a strong personal brand, you start coming to articulate your value. A lot of people can't sell because they don't know how to articulate what it is they can help people with. Articulation is not talked about enough. But if you don't know, how are you going to coach somebody if you yourself can't come out and say clearly what it is you help people with? Like for me, mine is very clear. I'm a high performance coach. What does that mean? I help people elevate, thrive, and get, the best of themselves out to help people. In short, that's what I do. Okay? A high performance coach is somebody who helps other people become high performance beings, right? And how do you become high performing? You take care of your personal life, you take care of your self-care, you take care of your relationships, you take care of your mindset, you take care of your past trauma, you take care of all of your negative beliefs, right? You love yourself where you are. So I'm that all-rounder coach because you cannot be successful at business or even as a coach until you've taken care of all those things. I'm not just going to teach you how to coach or what to coach about. We're going to go into a lot of other things. Your end, as they say now in modern terms, you have to take care of your energy, which just means you have to take care of your mental health and your physical health. If you don't take care of your mental health, your physical health, and your relationships, you are not going to succeed in business, period. Okay, and nobody teaches them. This is why I love my one-on-one high-level coaching, because I dive deep into those things. If you don't take care of your past trauma, your past beliefs, your mindset, the kind of people you associate yourself with, you don't take care of your mental health and your physical health, you are not going to succeed as a coach. I can teach you all of the best coaching strategies from now till eternity. I can put you in a group coaching program and teach you how to coach, what to coach about. If you don't take care of your energy, which means you don't take care of your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual and your emotional health, your business will not survive. This is why so many businesses start and within 5 years they're gone. This is why, because they don't teach people how to preserve their energy, preserve what helps them perform at a high level while they have a business. It's not just about having a personal brand. This is why you'll see some people, they have a personal brand and they can't be consistent. They show up for 3 days, then they disappear for 2 weeks. It's because their energy levels are all over the place. They're not taking care of themselves at a deep level. So if you want to become a coach, you hire somebody who has been in business for a long time. I've said this on many other videos. I'm not going to go into it. Look for somebody who's been in business for at least 10 to 15 years, who knows what they're talking about to coach you. Okay? So if you need coaching, you come to my DM and sign up to my coaching. I think that, thank you, dear pretty Dr. Iyabo. Hawa Brahima, thank you so much. So I hope that this was helpful to you. The person who bought a badge, again, I thank you for buying a badge. Somebody says mindset is so important. Yes, mindset basically is the way we think. I know we throw around that word mindset. The way you think, what you believe, who is talking to you will determine your success in life. Let me repeat. The way you think, the people you're listening to, the beliefs you've had from your past, okay? Those people who are talking into your brain every day, your friends, your family, all of those people, they are not always telling you good things. You may think those things are good because they're your parents, or they are your family, or they are your best friends. Examine what they're telling you. A lot of people get derailed in their life because of the people they associate with. And it's usually people who are close to them. This is why I tell people, be careful of your associations. Be careful of what your spouse is telling you. Be careful of what your friends are telling you. If your gut is telling you something isn't right, trust your gut. Because there's a lot of people that have negative associations, and that just pulls them back. Yes, so the person that said mindset is very important, is very important. But I wanted to simplify it, because people say mindset. Mindset is the way you think, the thoughts that go through your mind. Whether you're a positive person, whether you're an optimist or a pessimist, the kind of friends and family that you have. If everybody you have around you talks, has negative views about life, you are going to become a negative person. Okay? So be careful of who is talking into your consciousness. Somebody says, I'm so glad I joined this live. Thank you for being you, ma. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm out of here. Okay? If anybody wants to sign up for my coaching, you know how to find me. If you're watching the replay and you're like, I'd love to work with this woman, my coaching is $3,125 a week. Like I've said many times, that 1 week of coaching is equivalent to some coaches' 1 year of coaching that they're coaching you. I'll say that confidently because it's the truth. What you're going to get from me in a week, you probably won't get from some coaches that coach you for 6 months or 1 year. That's a fact. Okay? Because if you sign up for my coaching, $3,125 a week, you get me unlimited every single day for that entire week. And of course, like I say, for coaching to really be effective, it's best to sign up for at least 8 weeks or more. But eating one berry is better than eating no berries, right? Berries are good for us. So if you can at least eat one berry a day, it will at least do some antioxidant things in your body. But if you eat 0 berries a day and you eat, greasy hamburgers every day, you can visualize what I'm saying. So even if you can't afford to sign up with me for 8 weeks, sign up with me for 1 week and start improving your life. Okay? Because some of you are like, I can't afford 8 weeks. I can't. Okay. Nobody can afford coaching. I've said it over and over. Nobody can. If you can afford coaching, you probably don't need coaching. But if you know you need coaching, you'll find a way to pay for it. Many of you buy vanity things that cost $3,000. Most of you women out there. Some of you have wigs sitting in your wardrobe that cost you $1,000 each. But you can't pay $3,000 for coaching. So if you get your priorities right and you really understand what you want from life, you'll find a way to pay for coaching to improve your life. Okay? I hope this live was helpful. Okay? Yeah, somebody says, always cheering me up as always. I'm glad. I'm glad that I can cheer you up. I hope you enjoyed this live. Share it with your friends once it's on my page. I'm out of here. I will see you on Sunday with Manners with Christina. I have my tea time on Sunday with Manners with Christina. We're talking about etiquette. Okay, don't miss this. Etiquette is very important. How do you drink your tea? How do you sit up straight? You know, how do you cross your legs in public? How do you talk to people? Etiquette is very important. So please make sure you set your alarms, mark your calendars, and join me live on Sunday. I don't remember the time, but it's on my feed. It's there on my bio. See you live on Sunday. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.